Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today. Cable TV may be going up in price, and you can blame locals for this. We'll explain what's happening. Major League Baseball wants a deal with Bally's, or they want to be let free from the Bally's TV contract. We'll let you know how that may impact next year's TV broadcast of MLB games. And Netflix is making some cuts reportedly and could be cutting back its animation studios. We'll tell you what's happening and more here in a quick minute. First, though, if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. Put a link to each one there. And make sure to stay to the end of the video where we'll do the Q&A. If you have a question for me, don't forget to leave a question in the comments. I look at today's videos for a question for tomorrow. So make sure to go down there, leave a question, and start off with, hey, question for Luke. Now, before we get into the video, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us. It lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. And hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of TV. So let's start off with cable TV may be getting more expensive. We're seeing a growing number of locals get better deals. We all know Nexstar pushed back against DirecTV for a long time. They finally struck a deal. What happened a few weeks later? DirecTV announced it's raising its prices. And let's be honest, it's probably in part, not all, but in part to Nexstar's new deal. And then we have Scripps coming out and saying, hey, we struck new deals with cable companies. It's going to give us 15% more money this year than last year. This all comes as about 2 million people canceled cable TV just in the first half of 2023. But yet, somehow, because they're demanding more money from cable companies, Scripps was able to demand an additional 15% in revenue. Now, Scripps is not the largest, but one of the larger owners of local television stations, ABC, NBC, Fox. Remember, those locals are typically, in most areas, not actually owned by ABC. They're owned by independent companies like Nexstar, Scripps, Sinclair, and more. Well, these independent companies have been pushing for more money. They've actually even gone and demanded that streaming services pay more. They're saying that streaming services have a loophole because they're not negotiating directly with local owners. Are negotiating with like Paramount and Disney for their deals. They say, hey, that threatens locals. We need more money from them. So they're pushing for the FCC to reclassify streaming. Well, that could mean we're going to end up like what we're seeing here with cable companies. They're charging more. Now, DirecTV, Dish, Comcast, Spectrum have all raised their fees this year, all citing the growth of the expenses of content. Now you see locals demanding 15% more money this year than last year, with millions fewer people paying for locals. And you can see why cable TV is going up. So keep an eye out for cable TV to continue to go up with this deal. All right, next up, Major League Baseball. On Wednesday, Major League Baseball came out and filed with the courts demanding a contract be made with Bally Sports, or that they be let out of their contract. They objected to Bally Sports' request to delay a go-forward plan. A go-forward plan is a plan to get them out of bankruptcy. Major League Baseball says, hey, you currently have contracts with 12 teams. We expect you to drop one team after the end of the Major League Baseball season. I'm not exactly 100% sure which one that will be. They say, hey, there's 11 teams remaining with you that need a contract. We need some security to know what's happening next year for TV. They say they have a backup plan in place, but they want the court to order Bally Sports to make a contract with Major League Baseball, or to tell them, hey, we're going to actually discontinue your service. We're not going to continue this. There's been rumors that Bally Sports may drop many, if not all, of Major League Baseball teams, and it seems that Major League Baseball wants Bally Sports to come forward and tell them now which ones that's going to be. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. Very interesting. Major League Baseball seems to be done playing nice. For all this, they've said, hey, we would like to continue to offer this contract through Bally Sports. Our games aired through that. But they said we have a backup plan. Now they're going to, hey, Bally Sports, now's the time. You've had a lot of time to make a deal. We need a deal with you now. We'll see how that plays out. Variety had an exclusive report yesterday saying that Netflix will make significant cuts to its animation division and is considering outsourcing some of its animation for its Netflix originals. Netflix has been raising money, trying to become more profitable. You're seeing this become increasingly more common. A lot of companies out there are struggling with the ever-growing demand of inflation, of competition out there for content, driving up the cost of content, and more. So we'll see how this all works out. But Netflix is very clearly struggling to stand out. Now, they're actually one of the better ones out there. You think about it, Disney Plus, Paramount, Peacock are all losing money. Netflix actually has a history of making money. So we'll see how this plays out. But Netflix is looking at cuts. They're also reporting that separately, I think it was the Wall Street Journal, yes it was, reported that after the actors' strike ends, Netflix intends to raise the price of its ad-free plan. Again, this is the ad-free, not the ad-supported plan, but that you'd be paying more money if you want to continue getting it ad-free. We'll see what happens. All right, let's move on. Sling TV's free stream, it's their free streaming service, much like Pluto TV, Freevee, the Roku channel, and more, is considering making some changes. Overnight, from what I'm recording this last night, overnight they sent out a bunch of surveys to Amazon Freevee users. These are people who created a free account, asking them about 3 possible things. Number 1 is a DVR. Now, yes, some grandfathered customers already had DVR. If you pay for Sling TV, you already get DVR with free stream, but offering 10 hours free of DVR support, which will allow you to fast forward through commercials on it. If you want an additional 200 hours, or you can get 200 hours, I should say, for $5 a month. They're also asking about interest in pay-per-view. If they would offer you to be able to buy pay-per-view events through Sling TV with free stream without the need to be a Sling TV paid customer, you'd be able to still go subscribe to a boxing pay-per-view event, for example. So very interesting to see that. And lastly, they're saying they're asking about premium events, but they didn't really describe exactly what that meant. What's different between a pay-per-view and a premium event, but offering premium events for a fee through Sling TV's free stream. We'll see what happens, but they're clearly looking to explore what they want to do. This would make them one of the first free services to offer DVR that you could fast forward through commercials. It's kind of a cool idea. 20 hours free, I believe it was, or if you pay $5, get 200 hours. I think a lot of people would like that just to fast forward through movies. Let me comment, let me know what you think of this. All right, earlier this week, Paramount announced a new South Park special is coming to Paramount Plus. Now this comes as Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery are still in the middle of 2 ugly lawsuits related to South Park. Now, quite a few years ago, Paramount sold streaming rights to the South Park episodes, the seasons, to Max. They argue that that only includes current season episodes. These movie specials, whatever you want to call them, are not included in that, and that they have every right to air these on Paramount Plus. Warner Bros. Discovery is saying, not so fast, no you don't, the specials should also be included. Now, Paramount countersuits saying that Warner Bros. Discovery has stopped paying them the estimated $25 million a quarter, and they wanted $50 million in damages from them. Warner Bros. Discovery is countering, saying, hey, well, you're not giving us all the content owed. So it's getting very ugly. And in the middle of this, Paramount Plus is going to release another special. Now, we reached out to Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount. Warner Bros. Discovery got back to us saying, let me grab that quote here. Let me scroll back up to it. With that, let me sum this up. Basically, that they feel Warner Bros. Discovery is not or that Paramount's not honoring the deal. Now, this is going to be something that lawyers are going to get involved in. When the contract was made, there were no South Park specials. The South Park specials came afterwards. Paramount argues that that shouldn't be included. We'll see who wins this out. So keep a close eye on this. All right, quick deal of the day. The Fire TV Stick 4K is still on sale. Prime Day is over, but last year's model of Fire TV Stick 4K, which is still a very good streaming player, is on sale for $22.99. If you've been looking for a good Fire TV, or maybe you just need a gift to give somebody, this is an excellent price, $22.99, deal in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. There was also another massive shutdown of an IPTV service in Sweden. They arrested 2 men running an illegal live TV streaming service, and they were sentenced to prison, 36 months, and $18 million in damages. They also apparently confiscated a bunch of gold bars that were found at their homes during the search. Apparently they were tipped off a few years ago, and through an extensive dive into this, including wiretapping and raids on their homes, have found enough evidence to convict them of this. Originally reported by Torrent Freak. We have a summary down below and a link to their story in our story. Very interesting. I've said this before. Warner Bros. Discovery is part of the group that apparently tipped off the company, but as piracy or as streaming is growing, as cable is suffering, content companies are turning their eyes more and more to piracy and being more and more aggressive about it. We're seeing in the U.S. and outside the U.S. a growing number of prosecutions for this, so we'll keep a close eye on it. All right, also Pluto TV, last story of the day before we get into the Q&A. Pluto TV announced a special hand-curated set of horror movies with this. SpectraVision will also do a special live commentary as it goes through on Instagram, where you can live stream along with them as you watch the shows on your TV, on your phone, for commentary and more about these horror movies. A whole bunch of movies going to be on Pluto TV next week. These are special hand-picked horror movies just in time for the Halloween season with it. All right, let's dive into the questions of the day. Remember, if you have a question you want me to answer in this segment every day for the Cord Cutting Todays, leave it in the comments here and just start your comment with a, hey, question for Luke, for example, with that, so that I can know that it's a question for these videos. But I was asked, will cord cutting remain cheaper than cable TV? And I always say yes. Yes, streaming is going up, but so is TV. DirecTV just announced price hikes for next month that will be as much as $11 a month on some plans. So yes, for example, Hulu's going up like $8, but like I said, Sling TV went up, or Sling TV didn't go up. The DirecTV went up. Comcast went up. Spectrum went up. All these services are going up. So as always, if you're saving $40 a month this month and both services go up $5, you're still saving $40. Now, the thing you need to always be careful about is you and your ability to control your desire for everything. You know, you don't need to subscribe to every free service. Rotate service. Be smart about it. But we've done numerous studies how you can get like Paramount Plus, DirecTV, stream, and more cheaper than you would through cable. And you also have to remember, going back to cable doesn't give you content. For example, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, they streamed an NFL game that wasn't available on cable. You had to get Disney Plus or ESPN Plus to watch it. Thursday Night NFL Football only streams on Amazon. Increasingly, some of the best programs on TV are not on cable. The new Star Trek, Star Wars programs, and more are on cable TV. You have to watch them on streaming. So going back to cable TV doesn't mean you're going to be able to ditch all your streaming. If you want to watch the NFL, you'll still need streaming. Peacock will have 2 exclusive games, one playoff and one regular season game later this year. College football, there's quite a few Big Ten games that are exclusively on Peacock. So you need to remember all that. Well, that's it for today. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you want me to answer in this video. Take care. Be safe. I'll see you on Monday. Have a fantastic day, everybody.